Hello. Hello. One. Where's no audio? Oh god, is it crashing? The game is crashing. Because of course, why not? Ugh. Oh god. Then it uncrashes, then because I closed it, it closes. Let me open my camera. Hello. Hi. Tired. I want to stream. Turn that on, and then go to Moondrop and Sundew. There we go. There you go. Sorry. Something up, I accidentally. No. Don't do that. I didn't say to do that specifically. There we go. Just fixing the ratio because it's not good. Alright. Okay. Let's do our playthroughs. They load to where we were. I didn't load the part I had. Damn it. Hold on, let me go back to where we were. I didn't save. If I do remember my choices. Oh. Okay, go into the room. The room is quaint. A candle lighting up the space, and a bookshelf next to the dresser. There's another tunnel leading down somewhere, but it's so dark I can't see it. Wait, did I save it? I guess I did. I just didn't look. I guess this is where we left off. Okay. I saved it, but I just didn't look at the last save. So I was like, that seems like it was earlier in the game. The room is quaint. Candle lighting up the space and a bookshelf next to the dresser. There's another tunnel leading down somewhere, but it's so dark I can't see it. Yeah, so this is my room. Sorry if it isn't fully cleaned up. I didn't actually expect you to stay the night. I look around at the barren room once more before looking at the anxious creature. You're fine, Orion, trust me. If you say so. I'll be sure to meet you in the morning so you don't get lost in my tunnels. Have a good night, Snow. It's really nice talking to you. Ryan steps out of the room and closes the door behind him. Look back at the bed and breathe deeply. A bed has never looked so appetizing before. What am I gonna do? Eat it? I flop onto the bed and sigh deeply. It feels like a huge weight was lifted off my shoulders. Now that I know what Orion was, I can think more properly. A Moondrop Nixon, huh? I know what Nixons are, but Moondrops, I've never heard of those before. I should see if the town library has any information about them. Ryan said that he's considered strange even among Nixlings, so he might not know everything about what he is. It wouldn't hurt to try. He seems so confused about me not instantly hating him. Can't help but feel bad. Honestly, the main reason I was upset was because he was messing with my head. Yeah, like you being a demon or whatever. I don't fucking care about. You know, it means nothing. It doesn't really mean much. but you fucking with me in my head is not good. It makes me pissed. Imagine someone controlled your thoughts and manipulated you that way. Would you like it? No! Of course not. Because who the fuck would do that? Who the fuck would do that? Anyway. But now that I know who he is and what he was, I just feel bad. I don't want him to make him comfortable in his own home. And with how anxious he was acting after his disguise wore off, feels like he just needed a friend. And there's nothing wrong trying to be his friend, right? Sure, my neighbors might give me some odd looks and it might be difficult considering where he lives, but he feels so alone. I can't just not ask him about himself. He's an X-Link, for God's sake. I want to know more, and I want to get to know him more. Neighbors be damned. The more I think about it, the more confident I feel. I don't want the moon creature to be by himself alone in the mountains. I want him to have at least one friend. Everyone deserves at least that. And hopefully, maybe that friend could be me. No. Oh no, Yandere is... I hope Orion isn't on my bed, towering over me and whispering and mumbling in my sleep. Cause that would be weird. Foreshadowing. I yawn loudly. Gods, I'm tired. I need to rest if I'm ever gonna make friend progress. Hopefully tomorrow will bring good results in my endeavors. And hopefully Orion will let me in just a bit more. Oh. No peering over. Okay. No peering over. Like, oh, yes. Just the weird yandere, like, watching you during your sleep, mumbling about how they want you. I was so ready for that. It's like such a common trope. Did I expect that? Yeah. The sheets underneath me feel unfamiliar. Strangely soft and fluffy for some reason. That can't be the case. My sheets were way too scratchy to feel this comfortable, even when I was just waking up. Where was I? Oh. Suddenly wake up in Orion's bed and looking around his room. The small candle flickers as it illuminated the room as best it could. I had almost forgotten I was here, in Orion's cave. Everything that happened yesterday came flooding back. The mountain climb, the deer, the fall, the weird dream, all of it happened, and I'm here. And here I am still in one piece, all thanks to Orion. I really hope I didn't make him uncomfortable last night. I am a little worried my words came off as rude or off-putting, but I couldn't help it. So many things were going on. Come on, Snow, that was yesterday. It was in the past. He probably isn't that bothered by it. Still want to try and become his friend if he would let me. Weirdly, my dreams were uneventful. No weird purple soup or no massive stars, nothing. I wonder if Orion had anything to do with that. Speaking of Orion, I wonder when he would help me get home. He did mention that last night. Honestly, I'm even more curious about how he could get ready for his day in such a dark room. The candle barely did anything to illuminate anything past the bookshelf. The pinky hurts. But honestly, I'm even more curious about how he could get ready for his day in such a dark room. The candle did barely anything to illuminate anything past the bookshelf. Could seriously use some lights in here. Almost instantly, the candle went out and a glowing orb of purple light appeared in the air. I only blink in shock and just watch the orb hovering a few feet above me. What in the... Hey, Snow! Sound of Ryan's voice makes me jump a bit. I remember him saying something about helping me get through the tunnels. Ryan, you're actually here? Where are you? Yeah, I still got that magic out of you before I help you get home. Mind if I come in? Sure you can, it's your room. They look tired. Morning. As Orion enters the room, I can see why he asked. He's in new clothes that look pretty disheveled. And despite just waking up, he seems really tired. I'm no stranger to not liking the mornings on occasion, but he seems a little annoyed. A beaded necklace hung from his neck, and a bright purple pendant covered in little gold moons in the various phases. I thought I did not notice that yesterday. Maybe he keeps it hidden under his clothes. Are you doing okay, Orion? Yes, don't worry about it. Can you give me a second, get you of course I can. I get up from the bed and head out of the room, watching as he rummages around his dressers and pull out some clothing. Standing in the hallway, waiting for him is a tad bit awkward. I have nothing to do with myself, but with how tired he was, I didn't want to bother him. So I just play with the hem of my coat as I wait for him to finish up in his room. Thankfully, I don't have to wait long, as he comes out in new clothes and a happy smile on his face. He is attractive, man. Anyway. Hey, Snow, sorry about that. I'm ready now. His hair is in 2 short braids, framing his now smiling face. I don't know what it was, but he seems a lot more what? Chipter? What the hell is that? Chapter, but instead of an A, it's an I. Chipper than before. Maybe doing his hair is therapeutic. Braid looks nice. You really think so? Yeah, you look nice. Thanks, no. There's the blush. And the tips, too. His cheeks hit up as he looks away. Crap, did I say something wrong? I didn't mean to be such an idiot. Damn it, I need a pivot. Let's get out of these tunnels. Gotta get home after all. Right, of course. Follow me. I stay close to Orion as we walk through the tunnels. Even though they're relatively short, the darkness of my surroundings make me feel a little bit creeped out. Another floating orb. Eventually, we make our way back to the living room, and I'm shocked by what I see. Another floating orb, giving off a similar purple light, emitting gold sparks to the other one in Orion's room, hovered near the ceiling. What are those floating balls? Those things? They act as my main light source in the daytime. I don't like using fire unless I know it's nighttime. Why is that exactly? That's a question that will be answered soon as I'm finished cleansing you. I don't mind answering everything. I just want to make sure you're safe. Oh, and well fed. I should make breakfast. Crud, what do I do first? I need to cleanse you. Then it'd be better if you weren't on an empty stomach. Wait, you still have a ton of questions about last night. He still continues to mutter under his breath, seeming to forget I was there. I notice his tail swinging from side to side as his foot taps on the ground. Gosh, I didn't realize he would be so anxious about something as small as the order of events to do things in the morning. Despite that, it's rather endearing watching him flitter about. I feel like I'm seeing who he really is and not the mask I met last night, which is exactly what I wanted. I thought I should say something before his brain melts out of his ears from all the overthinking. Ryan. How about this? We have breakfast, you answer my questions, then you cleanse me of the magic and send me home. I'd have a full stomach and I know more about you and I get started on the cleansing, so don't waste any time. Oh, that's a good idea. Great idea, actually. Thanks, Snow. Yeah, let's do that. It'd be much faster to get you home that way. Can't help but snicker at that. He's mentioned getting me home so much, I'm starting to think he actually cares about it more than I do. That's eager to get rid of me, huh? Oh. I was joking. Wait, I'm sorry. That was the only way I was making sure. Just want to. No, I speak lightheartedly, expecting him to laugh back, but his face falls so quickly that it makes my own smile disappear. Wait, I'm sorry. That's not what I meant. I just want to make sure you get home safely. So many people go missing on the mountain. I just want to make sure you're one with. I don't want to think I'm trying to get rid of you or your presence here is unwelcome or your nuisance. Cry, excuse me right now. I started to grip onto his tail so tightly I thought he was gonna rip off. I just want to make a little joke. I realized how nervous he was about bringing me back. He's really worried about it than me. Starting to scratch the tip of his tail, my heart sank. I didn't mean to make him so nervous. Hey, Orion. Try to reach out, but he flinches away from me. Why does he look kind of scared? It isn't the right time to think about that, though. Orion is more worried by the second. Yes? I'm not offended or anything. I was just trying to make a joke. Really? Yeah, don't worry about it. Besides, I'm not leaving before I get my questions answered. I have to find out how you made that delicious food somehow, don't I? It's like, I was making a joke. I guess that you want to get rid of me. That was it. Nothing that I didn't think that about you. I was just saying that as a joke. Like a teasing joke kind of thing. Not something I actually believe in. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, if you can get on me, that is. Orion's anxious face melts away as he bursts into laughter. His giggling is infectious. I start laughing alongside him. Get that Pyres out of you. It's the last thing I do. Gonna have to try hard to do that, Snow. Our laughter dies down. Orion looks back at me with a grateful look in his eyes. It's like, I know you weren't trying to get rid of me. Like, I wish we would say that. It's like, I know you weren't trying to get rid of us. That was a joke. Usually people joke about that. When they talk about having to get home and stuff. It's usually a, teasing thing. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, man. I'm tired. Anyway, thanks, Noah. Thanks a lot. Don't mention it. I really thank you. It means a lot. You're welcome. I don't exactly know what he's thanking me for, but I'm always down for putting a smile on people's faces. It felt like he needed it. Alright, so now I was planning on making bacon and eggs for breakfast. Are you okay with that? Yeah, I don't care. Great. Realistically, I'd be like, well, my doctor's saying to cut down on cholesterol. So. I don't know. But I'll be like, yeah, whatever. Okay. I'll just say this. Okay. Great. I'll have breakfast done in jiffy. Follow me. I'm fine with bacon and eggs. Not. I know, like, I'm not trying to cut down on it entirely. Just enough to be good, I guess. With a nod, I follow him through the tunnels once again to get to the kitchen. I keep track of each corridor, so I have a vague idea of what leads where, but it all went over my head. Thank God Orion knew where he was going, or I would have gotten supremely lost. As we step into the kitchen, I noticed that the food from yesterday was gone, most likely put away. Just like the living room and Orion's bed, the lanterns are now emitting a purple light, sparkling gold throughout the kitchen instead of the orange one. Orion seems a little happy about the purple lines. I still can't pinpoint why. Feel free to have a seat while I get started on cooking. Okay. I nod and I nod and went to sit down. Stop in my tracks when I see utensils, food, and pans don't think about. It's like, why do you get cool powers? Why me why me as a human not get cool powers? I would love to just float around. Whoa. They're surrounded by a strange purple glow with a gentle humming emitting from it. And inside I can see tiny eyes darting around and picking up more utensils as I see them. I'm sorry, did I hurt you or something? Just want to make my job a little easier. No, it's just looking up at the swirling utensils in the air with a sense of wonder. Some of the eyes glance at me with an endearing squint. Magic looks really cool. You really think so? Yeah, it looks super pretty. Thank you, Snow. I'll get back to the cooking. I watch as the items float around the kitchen for a few more moments in amazement before sitting down at the table. I had a chocolate milk. I don't know where. Wait, it just disappeared. I had a cup, and it just disappeared. I know I had it, and I looked everywhere for it. I don't know where it went. Am I crazy? I swear to God I had it. I don't know. The clinking clatter of the kitchen is a good white noise to listen to as I wait for Orion to finish with making food. Surprisingly, I don't have to wait that long. Here we go, breakfast time. It's like, where's this stuff for me? Oh, that second plate was for you. Or I get a piece of bacon. You have more than This greed sickens me. All right. My greed sickens you. Yeah. This meal looks even more delicious than the one we had last night. Thick slices of bacon with more meat than fats, and 3 big fried eggs that are covered in seasonings. The smell of the seasonings mixed with the eggs make my mouth water. My stomach growling in agreement that I need to have it now. A glass of orange juice floats towards the table and lands beside me while Orion takes a seat. I can see bits of pulp inside of the drink while the ice cubes clink around the glass. Did you just squeeze the juice yourself? God, sorry. I'm getting remind. I'm not gonna give context what I'm thinking about. You can figure it out yourself. I am not doing anything. I am not. It's just orange juice. We're sitting at a table, with a yandere. Hopefully nothing happens. All right. Squeeze the juice yourself. I usually never see the pulp in the juice I drink at home. Okay. Alright. Yep, I think it gives the juice a nice texture. You should try it. It really tastes good. Well, unless you want something else. I'm sure I'll like it, Orion. Orion's anxious face shifts into a wide smile again. When he isn't being really anxious about my reactions to his words, he's incredibly sweet. I never have the patience to juice enough oranges to make a full glass of stuff. It's a nice gesture. Realize that he doesn't need to be so worried about me. Ryan sinks his teeth into the bacon, and I follow suit. Oh, bacon. I'm sorry. I do like bacon. Bacon's just a good kind of meat to cook. Easy to make, in a way, not totally easy. There's still like a bit of fat at the edges that's not cooked fully. I like that. Combination of eggs and bacon are amazing. The bacon has just enough meat to contrast with the egg whites. The yolk, which has extra seasoning, is just tasty. As tasty. I continue to dig into the food with him. Orion seems thoroughly engrossed in his meal, especially his bacon. There's a lot more of it on his plate than mine. Maybe he prefers meat or something? I do. I prefer like even though I don't have money to do it, I think having a balance of meat and vegetables are good. But yeah, meat. Meat is just good. Good thing to have. We eat together in silence for a few minutes before I remember my initial goals. Friendship making, right? And that required questions. Most of all, clarifying questions. Hey, Ryan. Yeah. I was wondering if I could finally ask. What did you do to me last night? I don't know. Let's get the horrible ones. The weird purple dust, the static I kept hearing. I want an explanation for all of that. How did you heal my broken wounds? What magic did you use for that? Ah, right, that. So I did a couple of things. First I did was putting your body and soul into the abyss. Your body was too heavy to carry, so I... Wait a second, you put my body and literal soul into a weird dimension full of who knows what, just because I was too heavy for you? And you know, well, yes, it wasn't mainly because of that. You're bleeding out, I need to give you medical attention as soon as possible. If I dragged you up the mountain with or without magic, I don't think I would have been able to help you. Anything the abyss is weightless, as long as your soul is in there. I thought it would be the last option at the time, given the circumstances. I'm sorry for putting your soul at risk. I didn't mean for anything to happen to you. I hope you can forgive me. Don't worry, I already have. Oop. What? I feel like, what was that? Estelle thumped against the floor in shock. Yeah, I do? Of course I do. I really do. I was perpetually perturbed upon hearing my soul was inside a giant soup of unknown shadows and evil monsters. Possibly evil monsters. But I can't just ignore the position I was in at the time. I was bleeding out and surrounded by wild animals. I could have actually died, and I did ask him for help before I passed out. If his help meant I had to be in a nightmare pit for a few minutes, then so be it. I mean, come on, Orion. I can't exactly ignore the fact that it would have been Wolf Chow if it wasn't for you. That is explain why my brain wouldn't let me ask what I wanted. There's an easy answer for that. Honesty is important. Alright. Oh, there's an easy answer to that. I just put a spell on you that make you avoid asking me directly. And if you try to, the spell would tell your mind to stop asking about that. As for your bones, I just took your broken shadow, straightened out your legs, applied some healing bombs, and gave UT that would relieve your aches. My shadow weaving is a little rusty, but I was able to fix you up well enough. I thank the moon for that. I sat in my chair in astonishment as Orion eats more of his food. Shadow weaving is nothing new to me. I heard about people who could do that. But he just described literal mind control. I knew Nixlings were mysterious creatures, but something like this, I didn't know Nixlings could control each other's minds. No, don't. Oh, sorry. I thought my computer froze. Sorry. Oh, trust me, that's a Moondrop exclusive feature. At least I'm sure it is. None of the other Nixlings I lived with could do things like that. I see. I wish they did. It would have made puberty a lot less awkward. Trust me. Waking up with a few dozen eyes all over your body isn't a fun experience. I can imagine it isn't. I don't feel like I need to ask this. He said 50 years. So, I don't really need to ask. Are there more? More of what exactly? Moondrops, obviously? Can't be the only one. Oh. I'm just like, what if it's like a extinct thing? Endangered. Ryan taps his chin with his fork as he thinks about it. Honestly, Snow, I don't know. You don't? How? I'm sorry, I just don't know. Usually I can sense when another Nixling is nearby because we both came from the shadows. But when I go into the abyss, my part of it anyway, I don't feel anyone but me. I'm supposed to be able to sense my any other life forms that are in the abyss at any given time, but I don't feel anything. So either I'm one of a kind, or any other Moondrop hasn't figured out how to access the abyss yet. I can't believe what I'm hearing. I know a lot about the Celestials, but I did know there were a lot of them. Enough to inhabit the entire planet at one point. And with the amount of mixed elemental bound in the world, the idea that Orion is the only one of his kind boggled me. I would have refused to believe it if Orion wasn't telling me in front of my face. Much more sad thought came to mind. Does it feel lonely? What do you mean? Do you feel weird that the fact that you might be the only one of your people to exist? Oh. Really sweet, Snow, but don't worry about it. Pretty used to being on my own. Being the only Moondrop wouldn't change that. I do think that would hurt. Like, imagine, you know, in the future, there's like some other species, civilization thing that exists. And you're the only human. I bet it would hurt. Like, humans are no longer going to exist. Like, bet it hurts. Despite his words, he wouldn't look at me, and his smile was forced. I didn't want to pry, but I can tell this was a sensitive topic. Thanks for answering my question, Orion. Of course, no. Sorry. What is the abyss exactly? You mentioned I probably wouldn't know what it is, and your small explanation last night made me even more confused. Alright, the abyss. I'm guessing school didn't teach you a lot about it, huh? I scoffed lightly, rolled my eyes, but I could deny that claim. It's not like it could. The understanding of the abyss is as much as our understanding of space. That is to say, almost zero. I realize Celestials don't let us common folk in on any of your secrets. I don't think you're common folk. Besides, it's not like us Nixlings are told much of anything. At least I wasn't. Anyway, it's about the Abyss. From what I know, you Terrans think the Abyss is this alternate dimension only Celestials can access, right? Yeah, pretty much. A giant vat of darkness, probably filled with evil demon creatures. We specifically think only Nixians and Luminoids can use it. Don't know what that is. Makes sense. Given the Abyss is full of lunar magic, that's not completely accurate. While you're right about the giant vat of monsters thing, you're wrong about who can use it. Even though Luminoids made us Nixlings, they can't use it. Only we can probably do that. What do you mean, use? What do you mean? How do I explain this? You got, like, administration access? I think only Nixians can physically manipulate the Abyss, but Luminoids can't do anything except visit. Honestly, I don't really know why they can't. When I would ask the adults in my village about it, they said that Luminoid scientists are still trying to figure out why they can't use it. Sorry, does that make sense? I know it sounds pretty crazy. It was a lot, honestly, but I think I get the gist. But if the Abyss is this huge massive darkness, why did the dream I was in have stars? That's because you were in my section of the Abyss. Your section? Yeah. I'm going to be honest now, I've been using my Abyss for ages, and I still don't know how it works. None of my fellow Nixlings knew it either. But since none of them even heard of a Moondrop before. But I think the way it works is that, because I'm a Moondrop, some of the Abyss changed itself specifically for me. Fit me specifically, like a pocket dimension inside a pocket dimension. Usually the Abyss is supposed to be full of nothing but shadows and weird light monsters that are trapped in a prison there. But my weird corner of it is full of stars, galaxy-like smoke that smells kind of funny, and sometimes I'll notice my eyes looking back at me. Although, the Abyss doesn't always listen to me. Damn thing has a habit of eating creatures' souls if they're in there too long. Can't even tell if that's because some monsters are also in my section, or if the Abyss wants to mess with me for being different than the other Nixlings. Well, that explains why I felt like something was trying to consume me in the dream. And also why I was nervous when you woke up. I thought the Abyss ate a piece of your soul or something. Luckily from what I can see, you just got some excess moon magic on you from my spell last night. Your soul is completely intact, don't worry. If you see that as good news, that is. If that's not good news, I hate to see the bad news. Araya let out a hearty laugh. I can hear their laugh in my mind, but I don't want to attempt it. I can hear the pitch of the laugh. I don't know how to describe the laugh. Like, ha 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 ha. I can't do it. I'm not gonna fucking try. I feel cringe just describing the laugh. I wish I was good at, like, laughing when it comes to voice acting. I wish I was good at it. But I'm not. That's why I don't attempt it. Oh, what's up? What's up, Doug? I do realize that is a weird question. My job? What does that mean? By that, Nixians have an oath, right? To protect the world from any light monsters? Well, you're not wrong. My people technically have to do that. But we haven't had to do it in like 10,000 years. Since the celestial genesis happened, I think all of the Nixians were relieved from that duty. Or to put that in modern term, put on permanent leave. Oh, so you got laid off. Yeah, you can put it like that. No, that is the laugh. That is the laugh. Something like that. And as far as I was aware, Moondrops really don't have to follow the oath. When I was younger, I was told I'd feel a strange desire to destroy any light in my path, and I had to channel that desire into destroying the bad light, but I never really felt that desire. I guess having a piece of the moon in me curbed the urge to destroy things. Don't get me wrong though, the light still royally pisses me off. I could barely tolerate my own fireplace at times. I'm just glad I figured out a way to have light that can actually help me see without being uncomfortable. It's just my stupid luck that heat is part of the sun's domain. That explains the purple lights in the daytime. I don't know much about the light, and neither did anyone else I was growing up with. It's been debated to be the light coming from the sun god, a parallel of the abyss, the afterlife, hearts of magical sun demons, or none or all of them for years. Nobody exactly knows what it is, but I don't expect for Orion to know about it either. His existence is an antithesis to light in general, not just the magical variety. Is that why you were so annoyed this morning? I didn't want to mention it. You seemed really agitated. Oh yeah, sorry about that. The daytime just seriously annoys me, even not being in direct sunlight. I'm just glad I finished all my chores and don't have to endure much sunlight today. You burn up in sunlight or something? You keep talking like you're a pissed off vampire. No, it's nothing like that. I'm more resilient to the sunlight compared to the Nixlings I knew. If anything, probably because of the part of me that's moon magic. I don't really know how it works, honestly, but I'm not going to complain about being sun resistant. It's just really annoying inconvenience that gives me a headache sometimes. Although honestly, that can sometimes be just as bad. Now tell me about it. There's nothing that pisses me off more than getting sick and being stuck in the weird middle ground where I'm not sick enough to disrupt my normal workday, but well enough to not actually have to go to the doctor for meds. I know it sucks. How long have you been here? Ryan thinks about it for a moment, chewing the bacon in his mouth before swallowing to answer me. I think around 50 years. Literally, how am I not a good listener? They literally said 50 years before. Is MC just not a good listener? They said 50 years before. I don't think I can go back to this. I can't read it. Alright. But they said 50 years before. So I know they've been living around here for 50 years. 50 years? We're surprised by that fact, like we didn't hear them say it before. Are you serious? You've been up here that long? Yeah. At least I'm pretty sure it was 50 years. I've been counting the moon phases since I got here. Since I don't have access to a normal calendar, it's really tedious, but it gets the job done. You're probably wondering how I lived up here that long, huh? I know, that was actually my next question. How do you do it? You look like my age. Well, that's because I technically am in a weird way. Us Celestials can live way, and I mean way longer than you Tarians can. Something about being descended from gods has its perks like that. So you're immortal because of the god's blood in you? Not really. Having long lifespan doesn't mean we can't die. Light or not, we're not bulletproof. But trust me, sometimes I wish I was. Right, he had mentioned people trying to hunt him before. I didn't think it was that serious. People shouldn't be shooting you, Orion. Isn't it legal to target your people now? It's Orion's turn to scoff and rolls his eyes at me. Come on, Snow. We both know that's a loose suggestion at best. Alright. I sigh lightly as he shoves more bacon in his mouth. I hate that he's right. After asking so many questions, I feel both satisfied and dissatisfied. I expect to get so much information from him. Some of the stuff he told me either confirmed or straight up contradicted my previous understandings of how the Celestials worked. I feel like scientists all over the world would kill for the chance to know what I do. But I'm more worried about Orion. The fact that he's been here for his own 50 years explains so much really in a sad way. The nervous glances, his anxiousness about his words, a sudden burst of energy when the conversation is less heavy, his fear that I was up here to hunt him. He hasn't had an actual conversation with anyone in ages. It was no surprise he's a nervous wreck. I doubt he's managed to actually talk to anyone that wasn't trying to kill him. Wasn't running away screaming. It's possible that I'm the only one not to do that yet. What? What do you mean yet? But how's he all by himself? He kept talking about the other Nixlings he's met and talked with. Where are they? Why aren't they around to keep him from being lonely? Where are the other Nixlings? The others? They can't be the only Nixling up here. Where'd they go? Oh, I knew that was a weird question to ask. That's a complicated story, Snow. One I'd rather not get into. I frown. What's that one that he refused to answer? How complicated? I can handle it. It's not like you can't tell me crazy things today. It's got to be complicated. Please trust me. I'm just the only Nixon around, okay? His face falls and he sighs deeply. I wish I wasn't, but it was out of my hands. I didn't have a chance. Oh. Damn it, I should have asked something so personal. I'm sorry, right? I should have asked. It's just... Oh my gosh, no, I get it. Some things are just better left unsaid. Both sat there in awkward silence. Really, noise being the gentlest way of Orion's tell. I scratched the table, unsure of what to say until Orion speaks up. I mean, when you think about it, I kind of have to be the only Nixling up here, don't I? But why? I mean, think about it. If there were two of me, that means there's two infamous mountain demons up here. The mountain demons don't roll off the tongue that well, does it? One demon is more ominous, in my opinion. Took a few seconds to realize what he was doing, lighting the mood with jokes. Revelation made me burst out laughing, which Orion seems to like. How does that work? When two demons mean twice the danger? You'd think so, but one demon means it's got a thing going on. Like a sort of MO that makes it recognizable. Two demons just mean they're unpredictable, well, because there's two of them. Nothing said about them having to work together. I think choose between a predictable demon and two chaotic ones isn't easy, but I know what I would pick. Which one would you pick? The choice is easy. I'm obviously picking myself. Both laugh heartedly, but the giggle dies down my throat when I realize what we were laughing about. Just called himself it. Like he wasn't a living thing. Keeps calling himself a demon like his species doesn't have a name. Talks like he's in a person, but a monster. So he puts a sour taste in my mouth. Been calling a creature and a demon this entire time, and he wasn't even denying it. He told me he's been hunted down by people trying to kill him for being a monster. How could I not connect the dots sooner? God, I'm awful. Snow, you're not staring at space, huh? You spaced out for a second. Did you run out of jokes to tell? Swallow a lump in my throat and try to ignore the sweat on my back of my neck. I'm Ryan. Yeah, I am. I'm sorry for calling you a demon and a creature. Ryan's grinning visage falls from his face and he just stares at me. An odd look of confusion. I hold my breath and shakily waiting for his answer. It's fine, Snow. Buck at the nonchalant response. No, he isn't. It's being rude. Trust me, it's fine. It's not the end of the world or anything. Besides, you're just speaking the truth. It'd be weird trying to deny it. Truth? What? Oh, crud, I almost forgot. I have to cleanse you. Can I take your plate? I need to do this as soon as possible. Down my plate was completely empty. I barely noticed I finished the food. Sure you can. Alright. I get up from the table as Ryan grabs our dishes and all but tosses them into the sink. They clatter loudly against the metal interior. Be careful, Ryan. You don't want to break your stuff. I know. I can't waste any more time with the cleansing. What's wrong? Is he magic spreading or something? No, it's still in the same place, but don't worry about that. I was so focused on answering your questions, I forgot about cleansing you. I have to do the cleansing right now if I don't want any lasting damage to you. What kind of lasting damage? If we're lucky, we won't figure that out. Here, take your stuff. Oh. Didn't want my things to be broken. Then they probably were. The bag felt warm and dry, as Orion promised it would. Thanks, Orion. Yeah, don't mention it. We just gotta get going now. Don't worry about it. You won't need to do a thing. I think I'll be able to send you home at the same time. Whoa, really? Yeah, now follow me. I think he just doesn't like the questions. Orion rushes back into the tunnels in a follow suit, hastily slipping on the straps of my backpack. He seems a lot more hurried to cleanse me than before. Despite his reassurances, I can't but wonder if something bad really is happening. But I ain't seen or feel anything. What it could be, everything felt normal beyond the itchiness in my eyes. Maybe he's just extra cautious. This probably wasn't something that happened too often. Or at all, if I could be realistic. We end up back in the living room. Orion motions for me to sit down on the couch as he mutters under his breath, okay. Or not. Question is, should I need one? It would easier send him back if I did, but it could cause complications with the cleansing. But would it though? Crud, I don't even know. But my power is to know if it would. I should forgo the sample. What if sending home adds it? Without it adds more problems. I haven't done the transportation spell in a while. What if I do something wrong? His little murmurs are pretty cute to see, but I do want to go home. Orion? Alright, sorry. I swear, I've been going over it for a while. I'm pretty sure I know how to send you home and get the moon magic out of you. Plans to take the magic out of you and use that excess magic to send you home. It should just be enough to send you back without any complications. And if it isn't, I can always add a little more. Although I wouldn't, since I don't know if any traces of my powers would rub off on you in the process. But it should work, don't worry. Although, I need something a little weird for this. What do you need? It can't be that bad. I need a... What? I know, it sounds really weird, I'm sorry. But it's really the only way I know how to perform the spell that will send you home. The hair's supposed to be tied a link to you or wherever you want to go. I can normally do it without any hairs, but I don't want to expose you to any more magic, so this is my best option. The hair will disappear as soon as the spell is done, so I won't have it with me or anything, I swear. I swear it didn't sound that bad. It sounds like a good way to tie up every loose end. If he's describing it well, it's like, yeah, it does sound weird when you don't describe what specifically you're doing with it. But this plan doesn't mention something crucial, at least in my eyes. All of this sounds fine, but how will I keep talking to you after this? What do you mean? How will I keep in contact with you? I haven't exactly seen a phone around here, so it's not like I can give you my phone number. You actually want to see me again? Of course I do. I wouldn't have asked if I didn't want to. Seems like the cat was out of the bag and not actually upset about it. After hearing his story about breakfast and realizing all the nonsense he went through anytime he met anyone, I want to be there for him more than ever. He clearly needs it. Ryan let out a shaky choke on my response. Trying to be friends with a mountain demon, huh? Old moon. I'll condemn. I commend you for that. In front of his words. There goes that demon talk. Should be calling himself such awful things just for that laugh. Though, didn't make any better by not denying it before. I called him a demon creature so carelessly since I met him that I barely remembered my words had meaning. I don't know what makes me feel worse, calling him such mean words to his face, or him brushing it off like it was nothing. You don't really feel like a demon, Ryan. Sure, totally. Ryan, being serious. Well, Snow, if you're really that desperate to keep talking to me, I'll give you a way to do it. He keeps conning me off again. Here, take this. A faint purple light shines in my covered palms before he pulls away to reveal what it is. A purple coin in my hand, emitting a faint glow that's lit up in my palms. It felt distinctly cold, as if it hadn't been touched in a while. What is this thing? It's a spell I gave physical form. When you flip it into the air, it'll alert me that you want to talk. Since it actually got mass, it shouldn't attach itself to you like the magic inside you right now. Why one time? It's a one-time use, one only thing, though. So be sure to use it when you're one to actually speak. Well, it's amazing, right? It's beautiful. I don't mention it. I'm just so stubborn that I just forget to incredible. Huh? Enamored by the physical spell in front of me, I could hardly pay attention to him. It's like a glyph carved onto the surface, or a rune refined and dulled down for public use. Something more potent and alive. I could feel Orion's presence radiating from it, cold and comforting. How can anyone, myself included, think he's a monster when he can do things like this? Just incredible, Orion. So, I think I should be telling you that. Oh. Huh? I completely interrupt you, I'm sorry. Hastily shoved the coin in my pocket before shaking my head empathetically. Can't believe I got distracted by a magic nickel. God, I completely missed what you were saying. I'm really sorry. What were you saying before? On.
Self-voicing disabled.
That you had to flip the coin in order to get my attention. Just flip in the air and it'll signally easy peasy, and be sure to do it where no one else can see me. Wouldn't want a confrontation with any jacklers. Sounds simple enough, although it wouldn't be a surprise if I find a way to miss tossing a coin. Good, now that I know what to do, let's get you home. Just give me a like it here when you're ready. Seems a lot more anxious than a few seconds ago. Did I not catch him saying one time? Use. I hate that. I hate that. Why one time? Why one time? You just want to see me one time and just never see me again? I don't want that. Reach up to my head and yank out a few hairs of my noggin before handing them to Orion. Thanks, this will be more than enough. Now, I should warn you, once I start the spell, you're gonna poof out of here quickly. And I mean really quickly. So you might end up with some stomach pains when you get to the other side. And you need to think of a place you want to go the entire time, so the link will actually have a place to, well, link up with. trying to think of any other place it'll shake the leak. And I don't want you ending up on the other side of the planet or something. Huh, good one, Orion. Attempt at humor dies in my throat when I realize he was not joking. Oh. Only think about my house, got it. Yeah. Okay, are you ready? Ready as I'll ever be, I guess. Very well, now, brace yourself. Orion brings the locks of hair close to his chest, keeping them floating in his palms. His face crunches into a look of severe concentration and precision as he kept focusing on the spell. Almost instantly, I feel something in the back of my head begin to tug. The itchy feeling in my eyes increases, and I groan softly in annoyance. Don't worry, that's normal. The magic is just a bit stubborn. The tugging feeling persisted. I tried to steady myself so whatever was tugging me didn't yank me along with it. I tried to grip the towel so tight I almost ripped the cloth apart before whatever was tugging me finally broke free. My eyes no longer felt itchy. Looking at Orion shows what held more magic in his hands, presumably the amount that was inside my head. Oh, that was a lot. How did I not notice that? Keep your mind focused on your home. So now, I'm gonna try and send you back. Okay, got it. Immediately envisioned my bedroom, my house. Small, cramped, but enough for me to call home. It's easy to think about, but everything going on around me is just so fascinating. The air in the room got so cold I could see my breath. The room itself is covered in the glow of his magic, and Orion's eyes look like they were glowing brighter and brighter with each passing second. I do my best to keep my mind on my bedroom, but the magic surrounding me is a spectacle to behold. Very storms. Now I'm gonna transport you home to my bedroom. Come on, think about the one dent in the wall that my landlord won't fix. Moon above, hope this works. Transport. Nearly everything went black. It's silent darkness before I feel something pulling me in, and I feel myself land on something soft. I don't dare open my eyes, lest my hopes be dashed. I feel the covers underneath me to confirm instead. Stiff and uncomfortable, can it really be? Oh my goodness. I slowly opened my eyes to see the wooden walls of my attic home. Almost can't believe it. But it really is my home. The crates with my stuff in it, the old desk where I use my laptop, the shelves with some spare boxes full of treasured items. I look up at the ceiling window, squinting at the lights streaming into the room. The rays are a nice burst of warmth against my cold skin. Being without sunlight for an entire day made me realize how much I missed it. I bet Orion wouldn't share the same sentiment. I smile at the thought of him hissing at the sun's rays like a disgruntled bat. Reaching into my pocket, I feel the magic coin with my fingers. Despite being in there for a while, the coin remains cold as ever. Guess that was moon magic for you. I gently tossed the coin in my backpack to the end of the room and sighed with relief. I'm so happy to see these dingy walls again. Hopefully I'll be able to actually use the coin to call Orion later. Who knows how much I missed. My job probably called me, and my family might have tried to call me. My blog might have gotten a few notifications as well. But do I really want to worry about that right now? I haven't showered or even gone to the bathroom yet. Not to mention my phone definitely needs a recharge. And gods, I am so tired. Orion failed to mention that the journey would make me feel like I ran 10 marathons. What should I do first? Parker. My slowly closing eyes immediately shot open, hearing my last name being called. I shoot up from the bed as I hear the door start opening. Here comes Delilah, my landlord and old college friend. I forgot she would probably be home when I come back. What the hell, Parker? Where have you been? The sound of my last name being shouted from her lips. It's a bit of a shock. But it's less discipline and more of a cultural thing for her. No matter how many times I told her Snow was fine, she insisted on Parker. Despite her harsh tone, I knew she was worried about me. Sure, it's probably because rent was due in a week and she needs my income. but I was missing for an entire day. If anyone would notice I was gone, it would be her. Parker, seriously, where did you go? Do I tell her about the ridiculous, my rendezvous? It's not like she asked me about it when I left, but could she actually be worried I was gone for a while? What's up to that mountain? Fine, are you serious? You climbed a dangerous mountain full of weird shit and you think you're fine? I looked down at my body and vaguely dressed to myself. Not exactly horribly mangled here, Delilah. I don't care about that, Parker. The cops have been looking for you. Wait, what? Some bus driver came to the police station and said you had gone up that creepy mountain and haven't come back down. The police station came to the house yesterday and asked about you. Oh, I had to get up way after 10 and answer questions for at least an hour. Thanks for that, by the way. I winced and glanced away from her. I didn't mean to disrupt her evening, but how was I supposed to know that the cops would come knocking on the door so late? Wasn't the police supposed to do that? In the case of missing person comes back from wherever they went, I don't want to mention this to Delilah, lest she get more angry. I was told that if you come back to call up the station, let them know. But I'm not doing that for those pricks. So head down to the station at some point so they don't interrupt me again, alright? I haven't even showered yet. Then go shower! Don't care when you get to the station, just get there. Don't come back until you get this shit sorted out, okay? I don't want to be bothered by any more officers at night. Yeah, I knew, like, karma would hit us. Like, or not karma, but, you know, having to deal with being missing for 2 days. Before I could get a word in, Delilah stomps out of the attic room. I can finally hear her hair thundering behind her. Aside, she's extremely pissed off by the inconvenience of the whole afternoon. As people have powers here, I don't really mean to annoy her. But it isn't my fault the authorities follow protocol. I sighed heavily and rubbed my eyes. I should probably get going to that police station before they show up at our doorstep and Delilah throws a fit again. So I should take a nap. So after a proper bathroom break, I head down to the police station. Good gods, it was exhausting. The second I arrived and introduced myself, I got detained and put into an interrogation room. Even though I was told I wasn't arrested, it certainly didn't feel like that. Honestly, this wasn't a welcome I was expecting. But I can't be surprised after what happened to the mayor's brother. The paranoia in the town spiked like crazy. Everyone in this town is superstitious. I thought the house listing was exaggerating. But no, everyone from the school kids to the delivery driver warned me about the mountains and horrors that resided there. When I walked past the school, kids would stop to tell me to watch out for the night demon in the mountains. The delivery driver bringing in the rest of my things into the house told me to be careful of the creepy mountain far into the town. Hell, the first week of moving in, my elderly neighbors gave me a few dream catchers to catch the demon if it invaded my home. I had brushed it off the entire time, but I didn't grasp that so many people thought something actually existed up there until now. If someone does exist, he isn't a monster. I got questions for a long time about what happened on the mountain and how I got back out of nowhere. Obviously, I lie about Orion so they don't throw me in an underground bunker full of crosses and just tell them one moment I was knocked down in the woods, and one moment and home the next, with no recollection of events. Which is technically true if you squinted at it long enough. But in all honesty, what the police told me next is the most absurd thing I experienced all day, and I was literally teleported home by a moon shadow person. Stepped out of the police car, my backpack hanging on my hanging by one strap on my shoulder, and groaned deeply as I look at the church. Yeah, they told me go here and get purified. since I told them I couldn't remember anything. I'm considered cursed until proven otherwise, and I need the curse to be expelled from my soul. Regardless how I feel about a religion, I feel like this was insane. All I did was go to a mountain for a day and didn't feel weird anymore, or I got rid of all of the magic of my body. I saw him do it right in front of me. I know the people here were paranoid, but in all honesty, this was overkill. Trying to protest proved futile. They said they had to call in someone special yesterday to do purifying, and couldn't dare waste their time. As weird as I found it, they planned this in advance, and as much as I just want to go home, it was either do this for 30 minutes or just wait in a jail cell until the priest and congregation got back from their vacation to the Republic, which isn't for several weeks. Roll my eyes and groan louder. Hopefully this will be over sooner than later. I think I'm gonna take a break. Hold on. Alright. Hey, I'm tired.